All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into what is honestly shaping up to be the ultimate universal adapter for developers. Look, if you've ever felt completely trapped in a single model ecosystem, forced to ditch your favorite coding tools just to test out a brand new AI, then you are absolutely in the right place. We're talking about OpenCode today. It's this incredible tool that literally frees you from vendor lock-in. How? By letting you connect your workspace to absolutely any AI model out there.
Here's a quick look at our roadmap. We'll start off with the vendor lock-in problem, and then get right into how you connect to any AI model. After that, we're going to build with OpenCode sessions, customize your agent workflows, and wrap it all up with something super cool, building an AI second brain.
Okay, let's just jump right in by tackling a frustration pretty much every developer is dealing with right now. Section 1, the vendor lock-in problem. Basically, changing tools just to change agents. So the reality is most coding agent tools today kind of hold you hostage. The old way of doing things, you're locked into one provider, one model, and one agent. It's a package deal. If a shiny new model drops and you want to switch agents, well, you have to completely rip out and replace your entire toolset. It's super disruptive, right? But the OpenCode way completely flips this script. You have one primary AI agent living right there inside your terminal or VS Code. But it acts like a universal hub. It connects to any model you want, from any provider, almost instantly. You keep your favorite tools and just swap out the brain that's powering them. So how does OpenCode actually pull this off? Let's get into it. Section 2, connecting to any AI model. Think of this as your universal adapter. Right, let's break down the 4 main connection pathways OpenCode gives you. This right here is the absolute heart of how OpenCode connects AI models. First up, you've got OpenCode Zen. This is your classic pay-as-you-go setup using API keys. You load up some credits, and you only pay for exactly what you use. No monthly caps to worry about. Next is OpenCode Go. For just $5 to $10 a month, this subscription unlocks unlimited access to top-tier models. We're talking heavy hitters like DeepSeek V4 Pro or G1 5.2. Now, if you're on a tight budget, this third pathway is a total game changer. Free models. OpenCode literally offers completely free options right there in the terminal, like DeepSeek V4 Flash. And finally, pathway number 4, existing subscriptions. If you're already shelling out for ChatGPT+, you can just authenticate your existing account to access models like GPT 5.15 right inside your workspace. So why does all this matter? Well, it means you can seamlessly bounce between a really expensive elite model for complex architecture and then drop down to a free model for a quick script all in one unified place. And honestly, making that connection is insanely simple. It takes exactly 4 steps. First, you just type the /connect command right into your OpenCode terminal. Second, select your provider type from that list we just talked about. Third, paste in your API key or the off link from your provider. And fourth, you just start prompting. That's it. In 4 quick steps, you've completely swapped out the brain of your entire setup. It's solid proof that OpenCode really is the ultimate universal adapter. All right, let's move into the action phase and see what this actually looks like once your preferred model is connected. Section 3, building with OpenCode sessions, managing the execution. Let's walk through the timeline of a real coding session. Say you want to scaffold out a new Nest.js server application. You kick things off with the /new command. From there, you use the Shift-Tab shortcut to drop into plan mode. And this is brilliant, by the way, because it forces the AI to hit the brakes and actually map out a strategy instead of just blindly spitting out code. It'll actively ask you clarification questions like, hey, should I name this folder YouTube Toolkits just to be safe? Once you review that plan and give it the green light, you hit Shift-Tab again to switch over to build mode. And you'll know it's working because the execution text on your screen actually turns purple, letting you know your chosen AI model is officially writing and implementing the code. Now, to juggle all this execution, OpenCode hooks you up with a whole suite of rapid-fire commands. We already mentioned /new to open a fresh context window, but then there's the /variance command, which is just fascinating. It lets you dynamically dial the AI's effort level up or down, anywhere from low all the way to extreme high, depending on how tough the task is. And you can run multiple workflows at the exact same time. Using the session command, you could have one terminal tab actively using a heavyweight model to refactor your codebase, while a completely different tab is using a lightning-fast free model to tweak an agent rulebook. Need to collaborate? The /share command spits out a web link of your entire conversation history to send to your team. Or use /export to save the whole session as a markdown file, capturing all the AI's internal logic and metadata. And hey, if things go sideways, the /timeline command is your best friend.
It lets you roll back, undo, or even fork a totally new session starting from any previous message. So, hooking up a powerful model and firing off commands is really just the baseline here. Let's take things up a notch. Section 4, customizing your agent workflows. Skills and agents.md. You see, OpenCode lets you deeply customize exactly how that connected model behaves using what they call skills, or Model Context Protocols, MCPs for short. Basically, these skills are standard operating procedures. They act as a sort of harness for the agent, safely guiding the AI down the exact right path to knock out specific tasks. You can literally go browse a leaderboard on a site called skills.sh and install these tools directly into your terminal. For example, there's this wildly popular skill called Superpower that gives your AI pre-packaged expertise in spec-driven development. It's honestly like downloading a brand new computer science degree straight into your AI's brain. Beyond just grabbing external skills, you can also customize the core behavior of your specific project just by typing the /init command. This instantly generates an agents.md file. You really want to think of the simple little markdown file, which is usually kept under 50 lines, as the absolute law of the land for your project. It maps out your entire folder structure so the AI actually understands your architecture, and it dictates the overarching roles. Like, you could write a role commanding the AI to coordinate with specific subagents to implement a feature, or tell it to automatically route super complex tasks over to a beefier, more expensive model. And you can even have a little fun here and inject some actual personality into it. You can drop a single rule into that agents.md file that forces the agent to always respond with emojis. Seriously, just type that rule in, fire up a new session, say hi, and your heavily customized elite AI model will happily reply with a little rocket ship emoji. It's a super simple trick, sure, but it really perfectly illustrates the kind of granular, exact control you have over what your agent does. Okay, let's bring all these puzzle pieces together, connecting any model, running crazy session timelines, and injecting custom skills by checking out a highly advanced application of all this. Section 5, building an AI second brain. This is the ultimate application. There's this one creator who detailed just a completely fascinating workflow. They asked their AI to recommend a list of top business advisors. Once they had their list of folks they really admired, they used the AI to go out and scrape those individuals' YouTube videos, pull all the transcripts, and literally build out a profile of their soul and their personality. And then they packaged all of that rich data into a single custom OpenCode skill. They ended up calling this custom skill Ask the Board. Now, whenever this creator hits a roadblock, they just trigger this skill right inside their terminal. They use it to get diverse, highly specialized second opinions on major business hurdles. Things like how to achieve 20% content growth, how to improve their school community, or just making everyday business decisions. And the coolest part? Because they're using OpenCode, they can run this custom board of advisors through whichever top-tier AI model they happen to have connected that day. They're getting incredibly rich, multi-perspective advice based directly on the minds of their actual heroes. OpenCode totally removes the walls around your workflow. You are no longer held back by some tool that refuses to let you use the newest model. You have the ultimate universal adapter right at your fingertips. You've got the ability to manage complex session timelines and the power to write absolute laws for your own custom agents. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. With universal access to absolutely any model and the ability to design your own custom skills, what will your second brain build first? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you next time.